Hi guys, Martin88 here and welcome back to another FIFA 22 video and welcome back to another tactics video which is brought to you by myself, Martin88, and Burnley's esports player Josh9, who's where the tactics come from. Links to Josh's socials, YouTube, etc. will be in the link below, and today we are looking at the 4-4-2. Obviously, Team of the Year is right around the corner, so maybe some of you are just trying to get some last-minute packs in. So, we've got you covered. We are going to be looking at the 4-4-2. Let's go in and look at the instructions and tactics. So, on screen there, you can see Josh's team and how it would line up in the 4-4-2. Obviously, very, very good team, as I always say. It's what you would expect. So, anyway, we're not here to look at the team. We are here to look at the tactics. So, of course, 4-4-2, like 4-2-3-1, probably the two most balanced formations in the game. Okay, so you don't need to adapt too much to it. So, defensive style, won't surprise you, of course, is balanced. We don't want to mess around with it too much. We don't want to be pressuring on heavy touch and the AI doing stuff for us, lunging into tackles, etc., etc. We want to be able to do that on our own. Now, defensive width and depth are both on 60, and that's because it's used in the right way. It can be quite an aggressive formation, and by having a higher depth, you can keep the amount of space between the defence and the midfield quite tight, so there's not much room for your opponent to play in. That's the reason to have it on 60, and width 60, just about to spread the team across the pitch, to be quite honest with you, which is, if you're playing 4-4-2, that is what you want to do. If you want to be narrow, then play a narrow formation. Do you understand? So that's why we have 60 width and 60 depth in terms of defence. In offence, build-up play is balanced because, of course, with 4-4-2, like we said, it's a nice balanced formation. We want all options available to us, and that's what the balanced option gives us. However, on chance creation, we are going with direct passing, and that is just to allow players to make, we want players making runs for us. We don't want it to be stale and stagnant in the attack. We want fluidity, players moving around, and with 4 midfielders and 2 attackers, we've got the option to do that. So that is why we are going with the direct passing, because that will make your players make some good attacking runs. Offensive width is 50, no need to change that. Players in the box is 6, that would be for the 4 midfielders and the 2 strikers. Corners and free kicks, as always, is on 1, because we are wary, very wary of the counter attack. So, into the player instructions. Of course, the 2 centre backs haven't been touched at all, but God, I don't know why that says join attack. Stay back while attacking, of course. But the two fullbacks are also stay back while attacking. But of course, that doesn't mean that they won't get involved in the attack. But you can just get them involved manually by dribbling with the ball or triggering runs, etc., etc. But on the whole, we want the back 4 to stay where they are. Okay, the 2 wingers, which in this case is Ginola and Neymar. This might surprise you, but they're both on comeback on defence, and that is so that when we lose the ball, we are nice and compact and difficult to break down. Of course, when we win it, the fact that we've got the instruction of direct passing, they'll be making runs and working their way up the pitch, and they will become a threat that way. Okay, into the middle of the pitch. This is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So, out of your 2 central midfielders, you will have one that is a little bit more defensive, one hopefully that's a little bit more offensive. So the defensive one will be on stay back while attacking, as shown on screen, and cover centre. We need these 2 guys to stay in the middle of the pitch and to keep it nice and compact and basically not let the opponent just run straight through you. So stay back while attacking and cover centre. However, for the second one, which in this case is Renato Sanchez, who's a lot more offensive, here's on balanced attack. That's because we want someone else to join the attack, pierce the lines of the defence, give them something else to think about, your opponent. So it's on balanced attack, cover centre, like Vieira, but the key here is getting to the box for crosses. So that doesn't mean that when the ball's wide, they're just breaking their neck to get it. It basically just means that they're going to be making runs forward for you. So if you're running down the wing with Neymar, Sanchez isn't going to be stood in front of the two centre-backs, he's going to be making the effort to get involved with the two strikers and create you another option. So it'll give your opponent something else to think about, definitely. But you've still got the pivot there of your other central midfielder to stay back while attacking. Up top, we will have one striker on balanced and one on get in behind. Okay, so that's the nice blend. Good old-fashioned 4-4-2. One will come short, one will go longer. Obviously, you want your faster striker to be going in behind, but both of them will be on comeback on defence. Okay, and that's because with the 4-4-2, you want to be very, very compact and difficult for your opponent to break down. But when you do win the ball back, you're then able to break very, very quickly. And with the direct passing, the getting behind and getting to the box for crosses, your team will counter attack very, very nicely. So yeah, there we go, guys. They're the player instructions and the custom tactics. All in all, what do I think of the 4-4-2? I think, like we've said, if you're somebody that likes a nice balanced formation, maybe you don't know what type of player you are necessarily, or whether you just think you're in the middle because you've got aggressive players and people that like to sit back. I'd say a 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, depending on the tactics that you implement, is a tactic that you will find somewhere in the middle. So yeah, quite a nice balanced formation for you guys to use. I know that Josh uses it a lot amongst many other formations. So yeah, feel free to get into the comments and let us know what you think of it. As always, we love to hear what you've got to say. Any questions or queries, we can answer it. Whether you want another set of tactics to be covered, so on and so forth, just let us know. We will be back next week for some more tactics. If there's anything in particular that you want to see, of course, let us know. But before we go as well, guys, I did just want to say thank you to Josh again for letting us have these tactics. He doesn't have to do it. I do cover it every video, but for those of you that maybe haven't watched them, I just wanted to publicly say thank you to him for allowing us to have these tactics. He could just keep them to himself, but it's great for us to be able to get an insight into what pro players use for their tactics, how they think and how they would use them. So yeah, thanks very much. But guys, I've gone on long enough, so drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, go and check Josh's socials out in the description as well, and I will see you guys next time. See you later, guys. Bye bye.